want to talk to ladies, and like I said, I don't get a lot for this business. Ladies, stop accepting to be called you're the gods. Accept the term goddess. I say this to say because males and females, no matter what your orientation is, it don't matter. Remember, there's God and goddess, And like I said, nature, no matter what orientation you are, for the rest of your life, nature has to balance. The reason why I say is because when men put y'all on a high pedestal and call y'all gods, it's like you're being fed honey, but honey blindsided, where so the bees can sting and the bear can already attack you. Well, bees and honey. Well, we as we know, bees pollinate honey and bears love honey. So that's why I said like that. Me, when I make these YouTube videos, I want to, even though I'm an Earth sign, but I like to think about like the wind, and I'm one of them people where, just like with the ground Earth, you can walk, run, but at the same time, you go too far, you can get hurt. I'm somebody where I like to give you sweetness when it's need to, saltness is in the middle, and pepperness for tested moments. In other words, there's times I'm gonna say stuff that you may not be a fan of. And again, you know, when we were made in God and Goddess image, with the yin and yang in all of us, it was for us to balance each other as friends, family, and close friends and family, as they say, God and godparents. But that's another story. I say this to say because females, for a long time, you've been taught that your gender is either a sex object or something to be put down. Like, stop acting like no. What is weak about being like a female? No. Like I was just saying, instead of them saying men are from Mars and women are from Venus, how about women is west water, low, and males is anchor for south, which is fire. Because remember, you got the red fire is the hyper masculine, is when the fire is angry. The yellow fire is when it kind of gets a little more balanced. The blue fire is kind of sensitive. And also, and that's for men and trans men. And like I said, when it comes to trans male, I think of y'all as vapor and steam. When it comes to women and trans women, I think of y'all as water and current. Me as a male that has set myself as related to women, as a male that relate to women, and like I said, even though I could never tell a woman a trans woman was like to be a woman and trans woman, at the same time I used to be a trans woman. That's why I want to become a male, because like I said, I like to be a double sided, where I'm like the air and earth. Because earth is a dynamic. When I say earth is a dynamic, when you walk on the ground or run on the ground, when think about it. When you walk, that's how you see the movement of the ground, because you're bringing the energy of the wind as you move. And when you stand still, to you is when you observe the movement of earth. All right. See, like even right now, this is me holding my tablet. See how you're seeing how it shift, and seeing how it's like a illusion of a wind and an air current. See, but when it stops, you get to see still. You get what I'm going. I say because, again, stop allowing the term female. Stop accepting the term God and accept the term goddess, because you as a female, you need to learn side, middle, balance, and center. Just like males, we need to learn side, middle, center, and balance. All here to structure each other and discipline each other in a psychological way. Because again, you look at good, bad, and strange. Strange is in the middle. You look at blue for good. That's sugar. You look at pepper for red and tested moments and minus moments. Because you gotta have, it'd be so nice if we live in a world of good and strange. And then you look at salt, butter, and garlic, and seasoned salt and seasoned garlic. You look at them as in the middle. Because remember I said a while ago, what's the middle flavor? I just figured out. Butter, again, butter, salt, butter, salt, garlic salt, sorry, garlic, salt, seasoned salt, garlic salt, All those garlics and salts and butters I just named, middle, because again, it's not sweet, but it's in the middle. Pepper is more like pepper, whether they're black or red, different kind of pepper. Since it's spicy, it's a plus minus moment. And sugar is more like a blue positive moment. Like again, like think about Democrat, it's sweet, and think about Republican, spicy, and think about independent, where you like to neutralize yourself, and we all need to neutralize ourselves. And again, we're put here to make mistakes for a reason, because again, mistakes is the pepper minus moments. And it's up to us when it comes to like when you take salt water, salt sea ocean water, and after you boil it with some soup, or you boil it from some vegetables. Because if you think about if anybody's into vegetables, y'all know what y'all should do. Next time you boil some greens or cabbage or anything like broccoli, boil it, and when see how the broccoli, the vegetable juice gets a little salty in a healthy way and seasoned in a healthy way, whether you want seasoned or not, and drink it. It's like a seasoned tea. See what I mean? And if you add a little honey to it, it balance. It's a little bit sweet and maybe a little bitter, but you get what I'm saying. But again, if I all the time tell you what you want to hear and always give you the sweets, it's in order to give it now if I was to give you sweets all the time, I would like balance it. Would give you some healthy juice, fruit juice, vegetable juice. I'm not somebody, like I said, when I make YouTube videos, I'm say FUB this and that. I don't do that. Even with the guys, when I call you out too. But yeah, females, stop accepting being called guys, because that's demeaning, y'all. That's putting yourself down, and stop thinking it's insult when a guy act like y'all. Sometimes you can't help how you act in the mannerisms you adopt. Like the mannerisms I adopt, I used to be ashamed of, but not anymore. There's a purpose why I have the mannerisms I have. I'm not less than a man. I'm not less than a human. I'm a person. Like I said, I took on being like the movement of air and earth. See? And we're all a dynamic. But ladies, let people know being feminine, is healthy too. As long as you're not toxic feminine. Because again, toxic feminine is when again you have too much of a avalanche, and you have too much of a flood. And males, even when you overly masculine, that's the angry fire where you're taking on lava. And toxic masculine is when you being a tornado. And even guys, when you take on toxic feminine, we're like instigating and starting stuff. And same name females, when you take on toxic masculine, you're adopting to be the tornado lava too. That's why, like I said, water is west, earth is north, you know, air is east, fire is south. Because again, fall. Think about fall is in the central eastern part of the country, the mid Atlantic. Think about spring being north, and think about winter being west. And summer being south. The reason why I put summer as south and fire as south, because we all know the south part of the United States is warm, and the reason why I put winter west and water west, because sometimes even when it gets cold, and even when it gets like snowy, even whether it snows or not, when it gets cold, whether it snows or not, when it gets cold and you have water, you look at how the west is bigger with the Pacific Ocean. And you look how in the Midwest, when you have the winter and the breeze to it, when it's cold, it makes you want to love, get together. Even animals cuddle up with each other when it's like cold. But you know what I mean. There's a purpose why even Valentine's Day is in the winter, because in the winter when it's cold, it make you want to love and make you want to cook and be soulful. When it's hot, you don't do too much. You like, get the hell from me. And also, I put the spring as north and earth as north, because think about the mountains and the hill where the air is kind of interesting as you go up in the air. Because again, being like the mountains, it can eat, because we all know air either rises or air either gets cool. So that's why I balance the spring. That's why I balance spring to be north. And also spring also earth also needs space from the sun. So that's why I put earth to be north. And I put fall to be east, because the east with the air and the colorful in the fall. That's why I put it like I did. So again, fire south, fire, summer, south, winter, west, water, north, earth, spring, east, fall, autumn. And then an Indian summer will kind of be in the south too, but but again, fire in the air, east, north, earth, spring, west, water, winter, south, summer, fire. You know, and some also put the reason why I did what I did because again, even as males and females, we're supposed to be a middle impact of our parents, men and women. Even if trans men and trans women get together, and a trans man carry the baby, out of trans woman have the at the sperm, that's still east. I'm sorry, men and trans men is south, women and trans women is west. And it's up to us as males and females to be the earth and air to balance off the middle of both of unifying. I'm gonna draw something on that a little later to break it down. All right, I love y'all. I just had to break that down. That females, stop adopting your position as God. Give yourself room to have some sweets, starches, and vegetables and meat. The meat on a plate is hair. The meat is like hero. It's like self hero. The vegetables is a little bit like giving yourself space the middle. Starches is strengthening yourself mentally as a self scapegoat man Scott. A male I mean not man Scott, what's that word? Well, let's say hero. Mascot, that's what I'm saying. You're self mascotting. And when it comes to your golden moments, the blue golden moment sky, sweet. It's nothing wrong with taking sweets, but it's a matter how you balance it. All right, love y'all.